mindset. We're talking a little bit about mindset. Today, I actually want to talk about burnout. I'm talking about burnout, which is an interesting topic for this week, considering that many people are coming back from March break, right? But for those of you that did not partake and haven't gone away, this would be a perfect topic for you. Where are you at with your mindset? Where you're at with your energy level? What's going on? So I kind of wrote down a few simple ways for us realtors to help avoid burnout, because burnout, it's real. Let's be honest, right? We're striking the iron when the iron's hot, and real estate market has been hot, right? And we're definitely striking that iron, right? I mean, we were talking about how many times can you be hitting that iron before you start to literally burn out, right? So for the last year or so, many of us have been operating at kind of a warp speed where, you're moving really quickly, you're hitting the wall. And here's the problem is when you're going that hard, that fast, it's not uncommon that when you hit a wall, it's going to be pretty hard. Right? So how do we keep our energy up? How do we maximize this so without feeling burnout with yourself, right? So I got a few ideas for you, but I'm wondering, where are you at? On a level of on a scale of 1 to 10, are you burnt out? 10 being, I'm done. Like I'm completely done. Or, 1 being, hey man, I got tons of energy. I'm ready to go. So where are you at when it comes to that energy level, that drive, that, hey, I can't wait to go back to work every day? Or it's more like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired, right? I'm sick and tired of working with these buyers. I'm sick and tired of working with these sellers and their unreasonable expectations. Where are you at? So a few ideas here to help you with that. Right? So number one, I want you to write down is to help avoid burnout is to delegate and outsource more of the activities you're doing right now. Now, I know we've talked about this before in the past, right? And there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing everything yourself in this business, right? To be honest with you, right? We really should be passing along those lower income producing activities. Right? Even if they're, the stuff that you're like, hey, I really enjoy doing it, right? Bringing on an assistant to help you, or even a virtual assistant will help you in avoiding burnout because you don't have to be doing everything. Let's be honest, right? So can you trade some dollars and buy back some freedom for yourself? Can you do that? Right? Because, digging yourself into a burnout mode is much more difficult than simply avoiding it. See, if you're already at burnout, we're going to have a tough time pulling you out. So why not avoid that and get some of those smaller tasks, delegate a bit more, right? So what are your options? What are your options when it comes to outsourcing? As a first time, let's say you're not on a team, you're a single agent, you don't really have all that funds. What can we do? Well, a couple of things you can do, right? One would be obviously hiring a part-time assistant and virtual assistant. That's fine. That you can do. But what about using your office transaction coordinator to help you out? Or maybe hiring someone like a part-time admin people that your office has in place already, right? Are there some people at your office that are putting in part-time hours with the admin, but could use a few more hours? We could help you out throughout the week. Now, it's not necessarily you're putting them on payroll. It's more like piecework. This will help delegate. So as a single agent, why not? Why not hire one of the admin people at your office already, right? They know you, and just have them add a couple extra hours to their shift, a few extra hours here and there, right? That is something that you can do. Right. Another option would be when it comes to delegating and outsourcing would be looking at high school and college students, right? Outsourcing and hiring a student, right? Like, almost like a co-op position, right? High school students, for the most part, you don't necessarily have to pay them because they're getting a credit for this, but a college school student, you would, right? Be able to pay them, right? But hiring a student to do some of the things you're doing. Right. I'm not saying they have to be with you full time. That's not the case. But, video editing, content creation, going to a school and asking for these. I mean, let's be honest. They're at the forefront of social media, Like I would totally hire a college student to help you with your social media, right? Go into the college and say, hey, listen, I have put together a simple mentorship program in your real estate business, right? And I'm not saying just for the business students, marketing students, those would be perfect, right? What ideas can they come up with? How can you outsource some of your your social media to students? Obviously, hiring a VA, we put that. And then the last one I wrote down to how, what are your options to outsourcing? I would say just hiring a third-party company, something like Back at You Media, as an example, that can do a lot of the social media or marketing for you. There's all the other companies, of course. All right, you can hire a third-party ISA. You can hire even temp worker to come into your office to do some work. So there's some options for you to delegating. So first thing to avoid burnout, delegate and outsource. All right, second thing I wrote down. And again, we're talking about avoiding burnout. The second tip is learn something new. Right? I'm a firm believer that new ideas create inspiration. So if you're always learning something new, it keeps you on your toes. It keeps your business fresh. When you're knee deep in a transaction, you might be difficult to find time to learn new things. But that impact it will have on your mindset is unbelievable, right? The promise of working towards better days and, devoting 20 or 30 minutes to that effort. So remember, small steps are taken repeatedly to get you to where you want to go. Learn something every day. And I bet you'll feel a big difference in your energy, right? Big shout outs to Jennifer Foley, who's taken salsa lessons. That's going out of your comfort zone, right? Or Shannon Murin, who just completed the 75 Hard Challenge. So what are something that you can start learning and taking care of, right? Again, building that energy. We're all talking about avoiding burnout. And by learning something new will help you inspire yourself. Are you thinking of something like yoga or maybe running or even dancing? I know that Google, if you go to Google My Business, or if you just Google, they have these Google University, or these little courses that you can take to learn more about working with Google, working with marketing, little things that in there, they're little weekend course that you can take to, again, create that inspiration, create those ideas for yourself, right? So step number 2 to avoid burnout is to learn something new. Okay, tip number 3 to avoid burnout is to teach something new. It's the complete opposite. So instead of learning something new, you're teaching other people something, right? Can have the same energizing effect. Maybe you've recently hired a new team member who you can transfer some of your skill sets to, right? This is a powerful way to keeping yourself engaged while freeing yourself up in the future. See, the more you teach others, the more you do things to handling, what you did previously, the more you can focus on, of course, your highest and best use of time. Now, teaching doesn't always need to be related to real estate. What skills or knowledge can you share with others, right? Can you take some time out of your schedule and coach, like minor league sports? Can you mentor someone in the community? Can you volunteer your time in the community? What skill sets do you have that, hey, I would love to share people with this? And it could be completely outside of real estate, right? It could be real estate related, like maybe investing. I know some of my high team members, you guys are killing it with your investments. Buying real estate, you understand what properties to look at, you understand the cap rate and what you should be your return on investment. Hey, why not do a little course like that? Start teaching the community how to build wealth within the knowledge that you have. What is it that you have that you can teach others, right? So that would be how to avoid burnout. Tip number 3 is teach something new. All right, let's continue. All right, the next one I got here to avoid burnout is celebrate the wins. Now, I get it. You're super busy, right? And it's not easy to, it's not easy for you to be in that grind mode. And then once you complete a transaction, you then move directly to the next one. But that's the stuff that you're doing right now. And you're missing out on the crucial elements. And that is celebrate the win. Really, I mean, there's huge value in stopping for a bit and recognize the hard work and how it's paid off for yourself, right? And this could be something simple, folks. You know what I mean? This could be like maybe just, a nice dinner out. Maybe it's treating yourself to something that you've always wanted. Maybe it's an impromptu hour, happy hour celebration with your team. Or maybe it's just contributing the cause in a meaningful way to yourself. Like, what is it, hey, that I'm really grateful for what I just did, right? So whatever you do, take the time, reflect, and recognize your achievement. Because if you don't, you're going to deprive yourself of the joy of working so hard, right? See, you're heading towards burnout if you don't celebrate the wins. So what are those rewards that you have for yourself? We've talked about in the past having a quarterly reward, something you can post up there. I hit my goal. This is what I'm going to buy myself. This is the reward I'm giving myself. And we kind of give ourselves a budget around $1,000, right? I hit my goal. I sell those 6 homes. Great. I'm going to buy something for myself as a reward for this accomplishment, recognizing the win that you just had. Right? It's not always go, 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 go. It's not always next, 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 next. It really is celebrate that win. Okay. All right. Tip number 5. Next one I have here is have a life outside of work. Pretty simple, right? I mean, this may sting a little bit. And if it does, you probably need more of a life. Let's be honest, right? See, there's a tendency among realtors that it's almost like taking pride in working 24/7. But you and I both know that that's not a recipe for long-term success, right? If all you're doing is thinking about real estate from the moment you wake up to when your head hits the pillow, then your days in this industry really are numbered, right? Right? You're not living a life that's truly fulfilling, right? So instead, maybe start your day with a meditation, or maybe exercising, doing something you like, anything other than diving headfirst right into real estate. This will actually bring you greater clarity and energy as you process through your day. Well, it's not all, getting into, one other thing is your meds, meditating, exercise, diet, and sleep. That will help you avoid burnout. Make sure you schedule your life before your business. When you look at your schedule, what are the kids' soccer games or dance recitals, right? Just, what are some, hours with my spouse? What's date night? Like, block off this stuff in your calendar. When are your vacation days, right? Block all that before you start putting in your real estate. Remember, work expands to fill the time you allow, right? And we want to make sure that we have our life scheduled first before we start scheduling work, right? Have you taken the time? When is date night? When is time for yourself? When is time for you and your friends, right? Making sure you put that in your schedule first. All right, next one, number 6 I wrote down is practice gratitude. Now, you all know I'm a huge fan of practicing gratitude as part of my morning routine. A simple act, it could be, for example, for me, every morning, I am writing in my gratitude journal every single day. What are the 8 to 10 things that I am grateful for in this world, right? So what are things that you can be asking yourself? Questions like, what do I love about my job? What do I love about the people that I help on a daily basis? What do I love about the colleagues that I work with? Who do I love? And who loves me? See, practicing gratitude, right, is it's a great way to avoid burnout. Ask yourself these questions and then watch the impact of your mindset, right? And the last one I have for you guys is, this is the easiest one, okay? To avoid burnout, quite simply, is take a vacation. right? And for many people, since 2020, the year's been absolutely crazy, right? And we've been go since then, really haven't taken too much time off, right? Selling one home after the other, going. And here we are now, late March 2022. How much time have you taken off? How much time have you taken for yourself? How much time have you taken for your family? Taking a vacation is key. It is mandatory, right? It's funny how with my wife, it's like, hey, we're going on vacation. That's great. That's a great birthday gift. I'm like, that's not a birthday. That's not your birthday gift. That is a necessity for us to be living. We need to be going on vacation regularly. So your birthday gift is something completely different, right? I challenge you. When is your next vacation? You know what happens when you go on vacation? You all of a sudden get really busy, right? Any of you guys ever experienced that? It's like I book a vacation, all of a sudden, how come everyone's calling me to sell their home, right? And I have to leave tomorrow, right? And that tends to happen. All right, does anyone have any questions on how to avoid burnout? No? You guys all good? Then if that's the case, then please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Loud and proud. I know it's Monday. I know it is Monday, right? But I am curious, what day is it today?
Money-making day.
That's right. It's a money-making day. What do you have to do in your business today to help you move the needle? Remember, you guys can always call me. You can always text me. You can always email me. You got my stuff. Give me a call. Let me know how I can help. You don't have to wait to your coaching call. Just let me know. I'm here to help. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Danny.
Bye.